Well, good evening, good evening. Just reading parish notices. Not that I shall be here, but here on Sunday the 11th of November at St Mary's Church, South Benfleet, there will be some special services going on relating to the end of the First World War. But of course, life isn't all that sort of stuff, important though it is. Saturday the 10th of November, there's going to be a concert here. And I'm sorry that I shall be missing that, because that is a jolly good do. Quite a good band. But there we are. What I'm going to do is walk round the churchyard, because I won't be doing this for some considerable time. There's always things to see in this churchyard, but the sign at the gate was a reference to Commonwealth war graves. Let's zoom out a bit, that's better. Right, let's show you what is meant by a Commonwealth war grave. A lot of you know this, but not all. Now, gravestones come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, but those people commemorated and looked after, or whose graves are looked after by the Commonwealth War Graves Commission, have a particular shaped stone, and over here we have one such. Oh, uneven ground. Now this is the standard Commonwealth war grave stone. Let's see what we can see. Right, this stone commemorates Private, oh dear, something V.S. Ellen of the Essex Regiment, who died on the 5th of December 1940. And these stones have a regimental badge where the regiment is known, where the person is known. That's the badge of the Essex Regiment, and a mark to show what particular religion that man confessed to. So we've got a cross, this man's a Christian. was a Christian, and nearest and dearest were allowed to put their own inscription on it. And this man's family felt that in the midst of life, God called him home, loved and remembered by all. So that is a Commonwealth war grave. And here we have another. Sapper J. Pratt, Royal Engineers, died on the 17th of October 1940, aged 22, and someone has affixed the chap's picture to this one. I think I'll just dust some of that grass cutting off and we'll read what the inscription says. There's the regiment. The Royal Engineers isn't a regiment, it's a corps. The badge of the Royal Engineers. And again, a Christian cross, and the inscription reads, "As the years go by, the memory of you never fades, R.I.P." Now these commemorations, not quite sure the story of all of this. There's a Royal Air Force badge on that. Well, it looks like a bird bath, I suppose it is a bird bath, and that commemorates Kathleen May Preston, born 1900, died 1995. But there's an inscription on the foot of this stone remembering Pilot Officer A.P. Preston of the Royal Air Force, who died on the 1st of July 1941. One assumes that's her son. And the sun is catching the windows of the pub over the other side of the yard. Always noisy. Aeroplanes from Southend Airport going wheresoever. And if we walk between these stones, an old grave covered in ivy, and there's the distinctive Commonwealth war grave stone. Flight Sergeant D.K. Upperton, wireless operator, Royal Air Force, died February 1943, aged 24. And the inscription, "At the going down of the sun and in the morning we will remember them." That's a line from a poem, and if memory serves, written by Thomas Benyon. It's the one that's repeated at war memorials all over the country on Armistice Day. You know, they grow not old as we who are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning we will remember them. Now, chaps that die in war, very often people say that they gave their lives. I always have a little problem with that. Their lives were taken from them in service of their country, or service of humanity perhaps. I think for us, those of us that are left, the important thing is to remember that, you know, there but for the grace of God went all of us. Now, one more to look at. Flight Lieutenant L.A. Crozier, pilot, Royal Air Force, 14th of October 1944, killed on active service. This being a very old church, it does have some very old stones. This is sacred to the memory of Dorothy, the beloved wife of G.O. Andrews. And we're told that she departed this life the 25th of February 1850, aged 65. And a family plot with a cross on it. Now this particular collection, these are quite important people in my working life. I never knew them because they died long before I was born. But, you know, Robert Henry Townsend, 1831 to 1889. Harry Robert Townsend, died 1940, aged 81. The Townsend family, they provided one of the old station masters for Benfleet railway station many years ago. Well, that was enough of walking around the churchyard. Thought I ought to come into the church, really. It's very quiet when there's no one else here.